A lot of people are saying that this is your and Ferrari's best shot at a Grand Prix victory in the early part of this season.
Definitely the most fun I've had in my Formula 1 career.
One Red Bull attacking a Ferrari.
Shy these new kids into Formula 1, are they?
Formula 1, what better way to do it than to drive for Ferrari? At least I've got a chance. If it goes wrong, at least I tried.
Formula 1 is all about precision, strategy, and pushing the limits of performance. Unless you're Ferrari in 2022, then it's about missed calls.
Let's say that it's a disappointing race.
Very, very fun, always borderline.
On the limit, near the edge.
I think always in the rules, and it was very enjoyable from the car.
Honestly, that was expected. Whether it was this weekend or next weekend or the one after, it was just a matter of time before.
Bad tyre choices and turning easy wins into spectacular failures. So get ready, because we're about to see how Ferrari turned a golden opportunity into a historic failure. Ferrari had it, the best car, the best start, the perfect shot at the title, but then they did what Ferrari does best, they self-destructed. Monaco Grand Prix. Monaco, a track where pole position means victory, unless you're Ferrari.
And the Monaco Grand Prix is underway. We get the launch from the line.
Leclerc started first, Sainz started second, a dream scenario, but Ferrari's pit wall saw an opportunity to make it a nightmare. With changing track conditions, they double stacked their pit stops and boiched it. Leclerc screaming over the radio, "What are you doing?" A question every Ferrari fan was asking. Instead of winning his home race, Leclerc finished fourth. Hungary. Leclerc was leading comfortably, and what does Ferrari do? Slap on hard tyres.
So he's already fought the car, and then he's got out to the curb, bottomed out, and lost it with a load of G on the car as well.
The worst possible choice. The tyres were slower than a tractor, and the championship leader was suddenly getting overtaken like he was driving in reverse. From first place to sixth, just like that. Another win? Gone. Silverstone. Ferrari was leading, but instead of securing the win, they decided to play mind games with their own drivers. Leclerc, on worn-out tyres, was kept out.
Verstappen wide again, he's now going to have to defend against Leclerc.
He's been doing all the attacking on Leclerc, now he's defending.
Sainz, on fresh tyres, was told to back up the pack. Their strategy is so bad, even Netflix had to double-check their script. Leclerc crashed out while leading. Pain. But even before that, Ferrari had been messing up race strategy all weekend.
To go alongside the Ferrari, it's wheel to wheel. Down into Brooklands, Leclerc is back out in front of Verstappen.
Tyre strategy? Confusing. Pit stop timing? Random. By the time they figured it out, Verstappen was long gone. Final lap at Spa, Ferrari decides to pit Leclerc to grab the fastest lap point. And what happens? He doesn't get the fastest lap. He gets a pit lane speeding penalty. He loses a position. Only Ferrari could turn a 1-point bonus into a race-losing mistake. 5 races, 5 massive blunders. Ferrari didn't just lose the championship, they handed it away. And trust me, it only got worse from here. Ferrari's 2022 season didn't just fall apart, it burst into flames, literally. Azerbaijan, Ferrari locks out at the front row in qualifying, Leclerc is in prime position to win. Then, boom.
But Ferrari looked nailed on certainties for a 1-2 finish here, but Martin, not for the first time this season.
Lap 9, Sainz's car dies with a hydraulic failure. Ferrari fans take a deep breath, and then it happens again. Lap 20, Leclerc's engine blows up while leading. That's 2 Ferrari engines exploding in the same race.
And he's crashed with Verstappen, he's hit Vettel as well. Raikkonen is out before the first corner, and he's gone into the Red Bull there as well.
0 points. 0. Meanwhile, Red Bull walks away with maximum points. Spain, Leclerc takes pole, dominates the race, pulls a massive lead, and then Ferrari's power unit decides it's had enough for the day. Lap 27, engine failure. Leclerc retires while leading.
No! What happened? Lost power.
Costing him an easy 25 points.
Comfortably ahead. Oh no, the engine's gone! The engine's gone for Carlos Sainz. And whilst he was looking at an overtake.
Red Bull takes another free win. Austria. Ferrari is on course for a 1-2 finish. Leclerc is leading, Sainz is comfortably in second. Then, out of nowhere, flames erupt from Sainz's Ferrari. He desperately tries to jump out, but his car rolls backward while on fire.
No, engine, no.
Marshals scramble, Ferrari fans cry, another 18 points gone. 3 races, 3 catastrophic failures, Ferrari wasn't just beaten, they self-destructed. Ferrari's strategy was a disaster, their reliability was a joke, but let's be real, Leclerc didn't help himself either. Across the season, he single-handedly lost 125 points. That's 5 full race wins worth of mistakes. Let's break it down. Leclerc wasn't winning in Imola, but he was comfortably in 3rd place, chasing down Sergio Perez. Then, he got greedy. Leclerc pushed too hard over the curb, lost control and span into the barriers. He was lucky to keep going, but by the time he recovered, he was down to 6th place. Instead of 15 points, he walked away with just 8, a self-inflicted loss of 7 points. This one hurt the most. Leclerc was leading, he had the pace, the control, the perfect chance to claw back points on Verstappen, and then, no! Leclerc span out, crashed into the barriers and was out of the race. He didn't even need Red Bull to beat him, he did it himself. That was a free 25 points gone, and with it, any realistic hope of fighting for the championship. Sprint weekend, Ferrari was already struggling, but Leclerc found a way to make things worse. In qualifying, he collided with Lando Norris, sending his Ferrari into the barriers. Not an engine failure, not a strategy disaster, just another unforced error. By the time the race came round, he was out of contention, another opportunity wasted. All in all, Leclerc lost more points than some midfield teams scored all season. The worst part? He was fast enough to fight for the title, but speed means nothing if you keep crashing. However, Leclerc wasn't the only one throwing away points. While Ferrari's strategy and reliability did their fair share of damage, Carlos Sainz had his own list of costly mistakes. In total, Sainz lost 46 points on his own. That's nearly 2 full race wins wasted. Let's break it down. While Leclerc was cruising to victory, Sainz was having a nightmare weekend. It started in qualifying. A red flag ruined his lap, leaving him stuck in 9th place on the grid. Not ideal, but not a disaster.
Who looks like he's beached that Ferrari in the gravel on the exit of turn 10.
The disaster came 1 lap into the race. Sainz, desperate to make up positions, pushed too hard, too early. He lost control, spun off into the gravel and beached his Ferrari. Lap 1 and he was already out, a minimum of 10 points thrown away. If Australia was bad, Imola was worse. Sainz crashed in qualifying, forcing himself to start 10th in the sprint race.
And now Ricciardo's got the inside line and down into turn 3.
He recovered well, climbing to 4th by the main race. Then, lap 1 again. This time, Daniel Ricciardo clipped him, sending Sainz into the gravel. Race over. Sure, Ricciardo played a part, but if Sainz had qualified better, he wouldn't have been there in the first place. A minimum of 12 points lost. Barcelona. Ferrari needed a strong result after Leclerc's reliability failure. Sainz started 3rd, but by lap 7, he was facing the wrong way. A costly spin sent him tumbling down to 11th. He fought back to finish 4th, but let's be real. Without that mistake, a podium was his. That's another 12 points lost. 3 big mistakes, 3 races where Sainz could have done much better. Ferrari didn't just lose the championship because of the strategy and reliability, their own drivers made sure of it. Ferrari's 2022 season started with so much promise. 3 races in, they were on top of the world. Charles Leclerc was leading the drivers' standings, Red Bull was struggling with reliability, and Ferrari looked like they had finally built a championship-winning car. Then came the downfall. Race after race, Ferrari found new ways to lose. Whether it was strategy blunders, exploding engines, or their own drivers making mistakes, it all added up to one thing: disaster. By the halfway point of the season, Leclerc had gone from leading the championship to desperately clinging on. Red Bull, once plagued by reliability issues, had figured things out. Meanwhile, Ferrari? They were still making the same mistakes over and over again. The numbers tell the whole story. At one point, Leclerc was ahead of Verstappen. By the end of the season, he was 80 points behind. The Constructors' Championship wasn't any better. Ferrari had been leading, but by the time it was over, they were 97 points behind Red Bull. Ferrari didn't just lose the championship, they handed it away. And the worst part? Mattia Binotto, the man in charge, refused to accept it. Race after race, blunder after blunder, he kept saying the same thing: Ferrari is improving. Reality? Ferrari was imploding. Fans begged for change, but Binotto kept doubling down. He insisted that there was nothing wrong, that the team was making progress. Meanwhile, Red Bull and Verstappen were running away with both championships. By the time Ferrari finally woke up, it was too late. The title was gone.
Close into Stowe corner.
Yeah, Perez is catching Charles Leclerc. He takes him towards the inside.
Ferrari had the car to fight for the championship in 2022. Instead, they left their fans heartbroken once again. By the end of 2022, Ferrari fans had seen enough. The team had gone from title favourites to a punchline, and someone had to take the fall. That someone? Mattia Binotto. After 4 years in charge, he resigned. Or, as Ferrari put it, he chose to step down. Translation, he was pushed out. Ferrari wasn't just losing races, they were losing faith in their leadership. Enter Frederick Vasseur, the man tasked with fixing Ferrari's never-ending cycle of failure. His first challenge? Winning back the trust of Ferrari fans. Because, let's be real, Ferrari fans were traumatized. They had seen it all: bad strategy calls, exploding engines, Leclerc crashing on his own, Sainz spinning for fun, and when it was all over, Ferrari had won nothing. So, would 2023 be the year Ferrari finally got their act together? Well, kind of. The good news, the car was fast. The bad news, it still wasn't fast enough. Red Bull had completely taken over, and Ferrari still had the same old issues. Strategy errors? Check. Questionable pit calls? Still there. And reliability? Still Ferrari's spec. Sure, 2023 was better, but not good enough.
So both Red Bulls overtaking the 2 Ferraris.
The real question now? Will Ferrari ever stop messing up? History says no, but Ferrari fans, they're still hoping. Ferrari messed up everything in 2022, but guess what? They're not the only ones. One F1 team threw away a championship in even more embarrassing fashion. Another team's disaster season was so bad it nearly shut them down forever. But who are they? And what went wrong? I know you want to see the most brutal championship meltdowns ever, so just click the video right here.